Hi everybody, welcome to Gunpla TV.
Hey guys.
Brought to you by HobbyLink Japan. This is episode 174.
174.
And we got some big stuff to show you.
Star Wars.
I got a stack of stuff here and Ryan's got his stack of stuff there. Stuff he's very excited about.
It's raining Star Wars.
It's raining Star Wars.
We won't get into the other Star Wars stuff, but we will.
We will get into, yeah, we will. Ryan, normally, you know, I go first and talk about what's come in, but we can't deny that you've got maybe the cooler stuff today. So why don't you go ahead and you go first and tell us about the C-3P0 and that X-Wing Starfighter.
Sweet. So Sid, here we have the 1/12 scale C-3PO
yeah, I was excited
droid.
for this guy.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see actually how Bandai handles the gold.
Yep.
And I must admit, I am not actually disappointed. Now, Sid did point out that these are undergated.
Yeah.
So we do not have to worry too much about damaging this beautiful finish.
Yeah. Wow, that looks much better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it looks...
When you see some of the figures of C-3PO, it seems some people have a problem with the gold getting the color correctly.
Yeah.
With the paint, but the mold, what they've done with this finish, it looks perfect.
And I mean, if you wanted to take a bit of the sheen off, you could just do a flat coat and...
Yeah, just rub it down.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, as per usual, I mean, this kit is very straightforward. There's what's 5 runners here.
Yeah, silver leg.
Silver leg.
Yeah. Nice.
And his base, of course. And as you know, he can stand next to R2-D2 and give him a good head rub.
I see those stickers there, Ken.
Yeah, let me...
Yeah, those stickers are for, I guess, his chest and the back of his legs.
Yeah, it's for, like, his
all the
stomach
internals.
Area.
Yeah.
Or the wiring.
Oh, and they even have some for the inside of his hands, too. Oh, that's cool. Nice.
I'm excited to see what this guy looks like.
It's going to be shiny.
Super shiny. So yeah, there we go.
All right.
Very cool.
Gold.
Now the big, super exciting news is this X-Wing.
Yeah.
Look, give me a sec. Let me unpack it. It's actually quite complex. There's wiring and all kinds of crazy things in there.
Yep. Oh, on the side.
So Sid.
Yeah.
The moment of truth.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, sorry, that's upside down.
Doesn't matter. That box, I imagine, is for wiring, or?
Yeah. Let's first have a look at the box.
Yeah, please.
So, I mean, the one concern I have is just the complications, maybe, in putting the wiring together.
Yeah.
But, oh, okay.
Oh my goodness, what's that?
So that's just, I guess, the batteries and the lighting for the
that looks
X-Wing?
like basically the body of the X-Wing.
Yeah.
The wings will attach to that.
Let me just pop this guy
Please
open
do.
so you can actually have a look at him.
Oh, so it doesn't look like you're going to have to actually wire anything, or as much as just connect it up.
My life just got way easier.
Okay, well, let's see what else is in that box.
Whoa, it's the base.
Okay.
Completely wired up.
Wired and ready to go.
Okay, well,
yeah.
I'm excited. Okay, so we have our wiring, we have our buttons.
Okay.
Looks like we have 2 modes.
Oh.
I guess it's 2. I don't want to squish any
We
wires.
should have totally
here.
got batteries and just hooked it up already.
Yeah, no. Doesn't include batteries, I guess. Okay.
Oh,
so
and you can change the angle it's pointing at.
Oh yeah, you're totally right.
That is cool.
It's got quite a cool power connection. It's these 8 prongs fit into that.
Okay.
And bang!
Boom. You've got your X-Wing already started.
Okay, you're like 90% there. Actually, no. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the manual.
Okay.
So yeah, as I showed you, you just put this on the top.
Okay.
And yeah, and then you build the ship around it. Very cool.
That is cool. That is cool.
I'm kind of excited because I mentioned earlier that I've never had much luck with wiring things.
Yeah. Some people might be intimidated when they notice that this is motorized, but it looks like Bandai's done what they can do to make it as easy as possible.
Oh, sexy. Whoa.
What do we got there?
Water
Oh,
slides and stickers.
Oh, okay. They're giving you both, just like the other
And
kits.
What is this?
Those foils.
Foils?
Yeah.
That's a serious size, actually.
You'll be busy.
Okay, let's have a look at the runners quickly. So, oh, wow, that is sizable.
Yeah, look at that. 148.
148, baby.
Oh man. You know, I didn't build the 172nd X-Wing because I was kind of waiting for this, and I'm glad Bandai released it now.
I mean, I think I showed the 172nd.
Yeah, we had that on the show.
And yeah, it was a fun build. It was small, but it actually, I mean, I was very impressed by what Bandai had accomplished. And look, I just like things that are bigger. So yeah, I will get into this immediately, and hopefully by next week, I will have this done.
Unfortunately for you, Ryan, we have some holidays and things coming up too. So if you can't quite get it all done,
no,
you can clean
I want to get it. My mom's actually coming, and so
sweet.
I want to get it done before she shows up. But there is some wiring, and I will tell you one thing: I'm not very good at making it work.
Yeah,
but
good thing you didn't have to do the PG unicorn.
Hold on.
Yeah. Oh,
trailer.
Yeah. Let's talk trailer. People probably want to see our reaction.
I'm not doing reaction videos.
No reaction
Sorry,
videos.
guys.
That's the cheapest way to get views.
Yeah.
Ryan,
I'm a priest.
What did you think? What did you think about the trailer?
I thought that he was going to say the droid.
Yeah.
No, he says, "Oh, my sister has."
Yeah.
And I thought he was going to say,
My
"My
droid
has
has it too."
And I'm like, R2-D2 has the Force?
Maybe he got well, he was floating around episode whatever.
So midi-chlorians are in droids, and we didn't know.
Well, maybe you can inject it and make some kind of cyborg.
Jeez, General Grievous was a Jedi, and he was a machine. Anyway, sorry, Sid.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know what to expect. Seeing Chewie and Old Man Harrison at the end.
It was a perfect teaser, eh? Like you have no idea what the story's gonna be.
But that massive, just like
the Star
Destroyer, that was epic.
Yeah.
You know, I'm excited, but I'm shy. Because J.J. Abrams did Star Trek. I really loved the original Star Trek, and the new Star Trek was good, but I felt it lost that nerdiness that was Star Trek. All of a sudden, like everyone was cool and doing kung fu and like Star Trek. If you watch the original stuff, like those guys didn't move much.
Nobody's cool.
Yeah, I know. It was like nerds in space.
Yeah.
But anyway, Sid, I know you have a very different.
You know, we always argue about movies, especially when it comes to Marvel, and I'm kind of like I've been inundated with Marvel movies, and I have very little interest in them now.
But he hasn't watched any.
Yeah, I just have no interest in them, and I was kind of tempering myself because I didn't want Star Wars to turn into that. And then when we found out Disney has a license, I felt Star Wars is going to turn into that, and indications seem to be that is the case. And so I'm kind of holding back a bit, Like I watched the first trailer, I'm like, okay, yeah, like
twice shy, as they say.
Yeah,
I think that's
fool me once.
I think I'm exactly the same. I'm scared to get excited because it's Disney.
Yeah.
I mean, they just want to make a ton of money, which they will, and they will give us something that is palatable, but not great.
However, I will say, of course, like you watch, like you said, the Star Destroyer, that's cool. The Falcon flies in and does its little loop and avoids crashing into something with a TIE fighter's tail. Like, that's vintage Star Wars. And then Han and Chewie show up on the screen, and that little boy inside me, really? I was like, yeah, Chewie, Han, I'm home. Like, yeah, I was excited. I thought it was amazing.
I think the line should have been, I have a bad feeling about this. Because
I'm home, and I have a bad feeling about this. Yeah.
But yeah, so, I'm excited. But.
Because of that feeling that conjures up, because you're kind of returning to your youth, like we talked about before. But I'm like if they just give me like that kind of stuff, which is kind of what Episode 4 was, just a whole bunch of action, some corny lines, and endearing enough characters that you just want to watch them again. Like if J.J. Abrams kind of gives me that feeling again, then yeah, I'm good. But don't try to make it something it's not.
I think it'll be hard for him, even if he delivers that, because it's not original.
True.
It's just characters we know who have aged. And I don't know how much a part they really play. Like, it feels like there's a couple of young,
Yeah, well, the main focus is going to be around the younger people in that movie. However, by having the original actors from 4, 5, and 6 back in this movie, you have that attachment already that you did not have watching 1, 2, and 3.
No, so I won't even talk about 1, 2,
Yeah, we don't talk about that in the office.
But I'm actually interested in people's opinions. Like,
yes.
Are you like Sid? Did you revert to a child and burst out in tears? Or were you like me where I'm like, well, it's going to be Star Wars. But
I'm too mature to have fun.
Well, it's not going to be, I don't know. It's just, I always remember that scene, when Anakin as a young guy, he comes out of his little mud hut and that beautiful music plays and you stare at the sunset and it's quite a long scene.
Yep.
And Disney doesn't allow those kind of scenes in their movies. It's always like bang, 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 action, 24 hours. And the original Star Wars had a lot of space and time to enjoy space.
Yeah.
So that's my fear. But anyway, let us know.
Your concerns are valid, I feel. So...
that's it.
Before we rant on even more,
sorry,
we've been talking about this for like a week now.
I know.
I got a stack of malls to show here. We didn't have an episode last week, so
Yes.
we have stuff that came in last week. I'll talk about that first. It's actually this bigger one. Give me a second just to open this up.
Cool.
All right, so the G-Self, the assault pack here. And like, you look at the manual, you know that you're getting the G-Self. This one's in red, so there's the red parts here. And the leg parts, these are new. You'll be using those. But the assault pack is what people were drooling over at the model show. And that's all in here, of course. Now, you can see that they're going to be giving you parts to use for the base. And most of this is all assault pack pieces.
That's massive.
It is. There's some big pieces in there. That bag is actually quite heavy. And this one, as you can see too, you got these large pieces in here. Now, getting into it further here, I want to try and find this. See, this one. This is the base that they're giving you. You may be swapping out this part for the part we've shown in there, or it might be an addition. I haven't checked into that yet, but you are getting, foil stickers for the suit and then foil stickers for the assault pack as well. So you'll be doing a little bit of stickering on this guy, but I'm sure that's not a problem. People who build HG kits usually can handle the stickers pretty well. But there's a lot of fairly large parts here. In some ways it feels almost MG-ish just by the size of the parts in this box. But I'll put this away for now. We'll move on to the next one. All right, there you go. The G-Self assault pack. It's quite large. Can you hand that?
That just says self-ass alt pack.
You see what you want to see, Ryan. You see what you want to see.
Ass Creed.
Okay, anyway.
Sorry.
Yep. Next one, another HG kit. That's what we got to show is HG kits. We actually have the Crossbone Gundam. Now, this is the full cloth version Gundam Build Fighters, right?
Looks epic.
Gundam Build Fighters.
What is that weapon? Like a crossbow.
It is like that crossbow. Now, there has been a master grade Crossbone Gundam full cloth. And this one, though, is from the Gundam Build Fighters Tri, so there are some changes in there. But they are utilizing the Crossbone Gundam, which the HG kit that came out just recently, but they've also given the accessories to make it the full cloth. So for those people who like that full cloth look, but didn't necessarily want to spend the dough on that big MG, well, now you can kind of get a version of it in HG form. From that anime that everybody's all crazy about. Now, the anime that I really like.
Yes.
This is the origin.
Zaku.
This is the origin. We're going back, and we're talking about kind of how Char as Noble became Char as a Noble, and that's kind of like a prequel. This was out in the theaters not too long ago.
Did you watch it?
No, I haven't made it yet, but to the theater anyway. Ha, wink. But they are making the kits now from the origin, and the first one's going to be Char Zaku, and we have the gun cannon coming as well. And this one is actually pretty much what you would expect from the HG Zaku, which we have seen more than enough of. But what they've done is they've gone ahead and kind of updated a little bit, maybe a little bit cleaner proportions, and try to make it what you would see in that new revised anime. So those people who are fans of the original Gundam and of course now the origin, this is your version of the As Noble you should check out. Dun, 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 dun.
Love the suit.
Yeah, I love Zaku's. I can't get enough of Zaku-2s, which is good because there's more than enough of them out there to build. Now, Ryan, I got some stuff here and it's not Gundam.
Yeah. Oh, not Gundam.
It's not, oh my goodness.
I'm going to sit down.
TV. Yeah, you should be sitting down. I want to talk frame arms. Now, we've talked frame arms on the show before.
And it's come a long way.
Yes, that's exactly why we're talking about it again. Like this is number 2 in the series.
When did you build this? Like episode 1 or 2 or 3?
We built frame arms back man, when was it? Episode. I'm going to have to go back and find it.
But it's like right at the beginning.
Near the beginning of our run, we built the frame arms. And now since then, of course, there's been another like 20 releases or more. Well, 30 releases or more, maybe. And they've just come such a long way. And what they're doing now, where they're still using this idea of the frame arms frame, but what they do with that now is much more advanced than what we thought when we first saw it. So I want to show everybody that kind of thing. So I've got the latest one right here. It just came out last week.
Sizable.
And I'll talk about how we went from this to this. All right, now, people who have built frame arms will recognize what I'm holding right here. This is the frame arms frame. This is actually the one from the second one, which I just showed here. And basically, the design of frame arms hasn't changed too much when it comes to the frame. But what you do with the frame and how you build that next kit in the frame arms, that's what changes. So to illustrate that, I've actually kind of half built the Magatsuki Houten, which is the one we're working on. And you can see, well, of course it looks strange, like I can't deny that. But you can see that here is the frame and it's the same as this one. And then onto this, I'm adding all this stuff. Now, you can see that there's a height difference as well. And for the Magatsuki Houten here, what you end up doing actually is actually taking this frame apart before you can start putting it together again. So I've actually got a bag of parts that I was meant to take off when I first started. So sorry, I'll put them all here. Like, see, this is the head. You take the head. Most of the limbs and everything can come right off of this kit. Even though they give you this built frame, it still can come apart. Like, you can do that if you need to when you're swapping parts around. But you take off the head. You're taking off like the feet. Here's the feet here. So before I start actually assembling this, I'm taking it apart, similar to a real grade in some ways. Like, when you're building that real grade frame, you take a lot of it apart first, and that's what you end up doing. Like, you don't need the kneecap. The manual says you don't need the kneecap. You don't need pieces on the arms. And of course, I've taken off the hands because they've given me different hands. And onto that, now of course I don't need even hip joints. They give me extra hip joints. You put all that stuff away. Maybe I use them with a different kit. And onto that, you're getting all the runners you need to start assembling this. And you saw the size of the box. It's quite large. And you know, this I still have to build one leg and one arm. And there's all the pieces for that right there. That's quite a bit of parts. And when you're building this, the interesting thing I found about the Magatsuki Houten here is that I'm building this, and I build it up, and it would look all like this complete. But when you get it done like this, well, you're not done, because they actually give you like extra stuff to put on it. So in some ways, you're building a suit up, and then you're kind of enhancing it or giving it a second form. And for that, I've got all the pieces that I need. Now, because I'm going half and half here to kind of show you the comparison, I've built the pieces for half of this kit. So what you end up doing is you go back, and they've included you know, pegs and places for these pegs, and you start basically slapping everything together. Now, if I can go off memory here where everything goes, give me a second. I'm trying to get all, you know, the hip parts on. Maybe that's upside down. Is it this one? There we go. Of course, this is supposed to have that samurai look. If you guys saw the manual artwork, he has those huge sode, you know, shoulders and parts for, you know, his arms. He's actually quite loaded down, similar to what we saw with the Master Grade Shin Musha Gundams. Like, he's got all that extra armor parts you put on afterwards. This goes onto his leg on the outside. Sorry, there he is. And I have parts for the front and back here. Now they seem kind of in the way, but the ball joint and this little bend here actually allows it to get out of the way when you start posing this little guy. And the back is very similar too. I don't know. Let's just put that on here. Why does this seem strange to me? Okay.
Actually, this design reminds me a little bit of Warhammer.
Oh, okay.
You know, the big mech?
Yeah. So you got something that looks like this. Yeah. You also have, I haven't put it on here yet, but you also have the headpiece that you would put on to make him look very, very samurai-ish. And then you make weapons. Like, here's the pieces you have for the sword.
Those are massive, actually.
Yeah, they will actually mount to the back here. He's got these parts on the back where you can mount things. I haven't got that far yet because I was just playing around with his armor and stuff. And then you will have this massive gun here as well. You make that. I'll just show you the weapons here. It's probably easier just to show you. You have the two long swords. This is what's called Daito, big sword, and then two smaller swords, which is Shoto. And then you have this gun that they created. These are supposed to be, for the side of his legs, I don't know what their purpose is. I haven't looked into that yet. But check out this thing right here, Ryan. What do you think that looks like?
Like a crossbow.
It does look like a crossbow, but when you first assemble it, it looks like this.
Oh,
out of the way here.
Like a shield?
Yeah, it kind of looks like a shield, but it's actually interesting. What they've created is this gimmick where this little tab kind of locks it in place. So you open this up, and same for this side. And then when you open this up completely, all the way around, that tab will then lock into a hole here.
Oh,
click,
okay.
click. So then you have that, I guess, I wouldn't say crossbow, I'd say bow.
Yeah.
He can hold it like this with his hand. And they give you all these extra hand parts, by the way. And then he's pretty much good to go. He'll have his weapon there. It's just as tall as he is, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
He actually is quite loaded up with weapons here. If you were to assemble everything and put it on him, which he can do, he can take everything at once. You know, he would look pretty great. So for those people who have an interest in frame arms, or an interest in, you know, robots, or an interest in, you know, Japanese culture and, you know, early Japanese, you know, how do you say, warrior culture, you kind of get all that in this frame arm kit. You know, you're getting the robot, you're getting the samurai armor and things like that. You can make your robot look pretty cool. So anybody who's interested, now's a great time to check out the frame arm series. All right, there you go. This is kind of half of the new frame arms, you can see. I thought it'd be interesting to show kind of everything you put on this kit and still kind of let people see kind of how it starts. So there you go. We got like the frame arms.
Yeah, there's so much you can do these days.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
some huge.
You can, of course, with these this frame that you use continuously, like it hasn't really changed. If you have more than one frame arm kit, you'll be doing part swap, and you can kind of create your own frame arm. And I think Kotobuki was kind of really going for that when they thought of this concept. So there you go. Now, if this guy will just stay balanced, he's pretty heavy on this side, you can imagine. So I think it'll be all right.
Comments?
Yeah, we're gonna
go ahead.
That.
Questions?
Yeah.
Cry CLL. Do you think Bandai will release any more mega-sized kits? If so, which one? Personally, I'm hoping for a mega-sized Starbolt Strike. How awesome would that be? P.S. That mega-sized H1 would fit perfectly with my mega-sized RX-78 too.
Do I think Bandai will make any more mega-sized?
No.
No. I think that was an experiment on their part, and I think it just didn't work out the way they wanted it to.
I love mega-sized.
I know, it's so cool, but like either your market is, for that kit, your market is really, really young kids, because the way they designed that kit to go together was so simple, or really, really highly skilled models who will take something that simple and then make it extravagant. And in between that is where most of the models sit, you know, with the HGs and the MGs and even PGs. That's where most of the models sit. So it was kind of, I think, a fringe type of item, its own niche.
Yeah, you're right. And also the thing with the mega size is, I mean, if you want a huge kit, get a PG.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the mega size, it was fun. It takes up a lot of space.
Yeah.
But it's a very simple kit.
And sometimes bigger isn't always better. That's the thing.
Well, I like it.
Okay,
Next.
I know you do.
Matthew.
Yes.
I saw the Black TriStar Zaku 2 Origin version while flicking through Hobby Japan and was disappointed that they didn't show the large Heat Hawk. But after seeing the system weapons at the beginning of the video, I'm beginning to think that Bandai might release the Heat Hawk that way.
That's right, the Heat Hawk is the big axe, I believe. So in many releases, you know, Bandai will release even this happened in RG as well, but they'll release the model and people will say, oh, but it doesn't have this weapon. What about its whatever gun? And, you know, there's only so much, you know, resources that can go into one kit. You know, if Bandai decides to add a weapon, that's a whole new runner layout, and it just adds to the expense, and all of a sudden it prices itself out of the range they're thinking of, that kind of thing. So what Bandai's done with this, they started with the system weapon, is that they're going to add these kind of weapons that everybody knows, and you'll be able to buy a set and create the weapon, and if you think your Gundam is lacking a certain weapon, you'll be able to get that and add it in there. So it's not a bad idea, and it's actually pretty good value for what you get in one of those system weapon sets.
Yeah, actually the system weapons are very reasonable.
I think they're cool.
Next, Nagato. Oh, and I have a question. Is it possible to change the tools for building a kit? I'm new to Gunpla and I've been interested in building one, so I've been thinking, do I have to use nippers to cut off the parts from the runners, or can I just use a very sharp scissors instead of buying nippers? Once again, great vid as you always.
Yeah, we put this in here to answer this question directly. Please use the right tools. Like, you can use scissors. If you're desperate, you can use scissors or just bend them and rip them off.
You can use a knife.
If you have a design knife, you will use a design knife. But, you know, I think even Bandai in their instruction models tell you what a lot of professional modelers will tell you, is that you use the nippers to cut the part from the sprue, leaving gate, and then you cut again with cutters or a knife, because that runner is under pressure when they mold it. When the plastic goes in there, it's under pressure, and plastic can tear, or you know, you can leave a gate mark that's, you know, a blemish on the kit kind of thing. They want you to do it properly, and to do that you should have the proper tools. I mean, side cutters, nippers, they're not that expensive. No. You know, if you have just one pair, it'll last you a while. You know?
Yeah, they last.
So it's worth that investment at the beginning, especially if you think that you're really going to like it or you want to do it more than just one time. Spend a little bit of money, get a pair of nippers, or if this is really your thing, spend a little bit more money and get a really good pair of nippers, and then you're doing what you can to get the best result from your kit. Don't shortchange yourself.
Yeah, and look, the thing with scissors is they're not flush against the plastic, so you'll always have gate mods, I think.
You have that where the scissor comes in, and it's easy enough to cut paper, but when you're cutting plastic like that, you're gonna get tears and stuff.
Maybe you can use like those garden cutters for your... Anyway, Renzen 17.
Whatever you want. It just doesn't look good.
Great shows, guys. I wish I can win either the Mega Size or the HG. I just want to win something anyway. Sorry, this doesn't mean you won.
I know.
So now that the Gundam Build Fighters try is over, when do you think they will release an MG Build Burning Gundam?
That's a good question. I think an MG Build Burning Gundam would be awesome.
Yes.
And of course, we have not heard anything about it yet. However, this is a good time to bring up the fact that we will be in Shizuoka in about 3 weeks' time.
Yes.
And we are going to go there, and we're going to see what Bandai has in store, and if they have something from Gundam Build Fighters Try in MG form. Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to hint or anything. I just don't know. But last time we went to Shizuoka, there was a little surprise for us. And the time before that at the model show.
And there might be a lot of Star Wars kits as well.
And of course, there's going to be a lot of Star Wars stuff to talk about. So.
And what we should say is Sid and I are quite likely to be at Anime Expo in LA.
LA Anime Expo.
So if anyone is going or will be there, please leave a comment just to give us an idea of actually how many people go to LA Anime Expo.
Or how many viewers we have in LA.
But we'll
most
probably be there.
Yeah, I think it's almost 90% right now.
95, I might
95.8.
Yeah.
Okay.
But please let us know. I mean, just in the comments, wherever you want it. But just, I'd like an idea of what we can expect.
And if you're in LA and you know a good place to eat and that kind of thing, hook me up, because I'm just going to fly in. I have no idea where I'm going.
I'm going to go to Hollywood, baby.
You got to check out this place, blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Kaboku. Hey guys, another exciting episode as usual. I have a question for Sid. Do you wash your kits before painting?
I have in the past. I don't normally do it now. More often than not, Bandai's plastic is pretty good at taking paint. However, I have also experienced paint not sticking very well because I didn't paint. And I want to bring this up because we've actually shown videos before, way back when we were doing tutorials about washing runners and things like that. And we have been talking about getting back into the tutorial side of things, but to include them in these large episodes, like we film every week, that kind of thing might get lost. So we're thinking of possibly creating short 2, 3, 4 minute videos and kind of archiving those so people can go and they can find out how to wash runners or how to apply waterslide decals. Like, we're looking at creating this space on HobbyLink TV where people will have that resource.
It was like the washing runners thing. I think Scott did that in an episode of Boss Builds of the car, and you'd never know where that is unless you just found it by mistake. But yeah, I washed one of my kits, that big Macross thing I built, and it's easy. Just soak them and then rinse them and let them dry. iPod. Apple's gonna sue ya. Would it be wrong? Would it be wrong? So I wanted to start talking about the iWatch, but
that's what I said.
Would it be wrong if I said I wanted to see Bandai make some pod racer kits? Is that pod racer? They definitely aren't one of the first things that come to mind when thinking of Star Wars, but I thought they were a pretty fascinating aspect of the franchise. All the same, you know what? My favorite part was the pod racers.
That's the thing. Like, as much as we might grunt and groan over episode 1 and how it wasn't so good, like, even when I was in the theater watching it the first time and that thing was rumbling by with that sound above your head and everything, you're like, okay, I'm down with this,
And there was actually a pod racer game, like a
on the Nintendo.
No, on PC as well.
Okay.
And it was one
was
of my
fun,
favorite races ever.
I remember those ones.
So look, they're probably not going to do a pod racer though.
You don't think so? They might. Like, they have the license for everything. As far as I know,
running out of ideas, maybe.
They got a lot of stuff they can make, and Bandai so far has done a pretty good job of getting through things.
But look, one of the things, when you ask someone, what would you like Bandai to make? Pod racer is normally number 10 on the list.
Yeah, it's true. However, I think Bandai would probably prefer to have at least one thing from each movie in the series. So if you think episode 1, it's going to be a new Naboo Starfighter, a pod racer.
But we have a Starfighter. Fine Mold's built one.
Yeah, but I'm talking Bandai. Bandai's going to probably want to do one from each movie in the series.
I don't know. I think everyone's trying to just block it out. Even though the pod race is cool.
Yeah.
Clarky.
It'd be an interesting kit though.
I'll
You
have to see
have
it.
stand and then
I
you
mean,
can
I
do
love it, but I'm not gonna cry if I don't get it.
Yeah, you build it first thing as soon as it comes in.
Well, the pod racer was a very simplistic design in some respects. Just those huge jet engines attached to a cart.
Yeah.
So, you know, I need to see it. That's all. Clarky D Sparky. Your vids always keep me awake here in the office. Shh. Let's keep this between us. Thanks always.
Yeah, so wake up there,
yeah, wake
Sparky.
up, Sparky.
Just, yeah.
Don't let them
get in
install
trouble,
tracking
alright?
stuff on your computer.
Yeah, don't get in trouble. I'm glad you watch when you have a chance,
Yeah,
but just don't get in trouble. It's 'cause I'm not going to be responsible
Look,
when you get fired.
we're making you smarter.
That's right. Hopefully. And entertaining. All right, I have some stuff to give away, as you know.
Yep.
I'm going to move this because I need the space because the stuff I'm giving away is pretty big. But we had 454 comments, quite a lot, as you can imagine. Most of that's because people saw what we were giving away and went crazy.
Yeah, everyone wants giant kids.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But I'm going to start off with the smaller one. I'm going to start off with the Age 1. We're giving away 2 Age 1s today. So we showed this last week, H1 HG. This is actually really, really like articulate kit, and I really liked it. It's no mega size, but it's still good. And the beginning Gundam, which is kind of, you don't see very much anymore. So there you go. We'll throw that in there. So the winner of that is comment. Man, what number was he? 339 if I'm going from memory because I forgot to write it down. But it's called 0 with an X. 113, and he said, "Wow, that mega size one looks legit, and the custom beginning Gundam looks sick as well. Great episode, guys. Keep it up. Run on sentence." That's what he said.
Sweet.
So he wins that that sick big Gundam.
I haven't heard sick for a while.
Dope.
Totally sick, man.
Sick and dope and rad.
It's like skateboarding.
That's right.
Anyway, since we've made fun of you.
Did you ever watch the
Enjoy
movie?
your kid.
Did you ever watch the movie Rad?
No.
Probably not. I must have been like 13 or 12, and it was about people doing stunt BMX. You know, it's just a normal movie formula. Like, oh, that kid, he's getting picked on at school because he's not normal. He likes BMX, but I'll show you guys by winning the competition. Anyway, yeah, I liked it because I like BMX.
It sounds like the 80s.
Exactly.
It's like
Exactly.
skateboards to BMX.
Exactly. Okay, next one. This is the one that everybody spammed us about, which we'll talk about in a second. The Gundam Age 1, and there he is. And there might be more Age 1 mega size surprises coming, but
You'll have to wait.
I'm probably not going to send it in this box. I want to warn people right now because I try to keep shipping costs down so that we can continue to give stuff away for free. This went to comment number 135, and it's Duster92, and all he says is, "Mega size me." Okay.
Done.
You got it. Done. So I will be contacting you guys via email like I usually do. Please allow me. You will need to give me your full name and mailing address, and I will send them off to you. And before I talk about what I'm giving away next, we need to talk about something serious here in the office. Spamming.
Spammers.
After we put up the video with the mega size, a lot of people were really excited about it, and rightfully so. It's pretty cool. But there seemed to be a large increase in what you would call spam.
Well, spam as in like instead of making one sentence, creating one word and then like just
dun, 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 dun.
just dirty, you know, cheaty
It
kind
mucks
of
things up a bit. But what we found was that the majority of people who are doing that, maybe they want to win. They're kind of recycling these comments over and over again, but they're logging in anonymously and they do not have a HobbyLink account. So we don't know if it's one person doing this a dozen times or what's happening. So from this episode onwards, 174, we're going to kind of change the rules a little bit. In order to be eligible to win a kit, you need to have an account on the HobbyLink.tv blog.
Yep.
Yep.
So you just have to create an account. There's a button that says create account.
Yep.
Create an account.
There you go.
If you already have one, you don't need to worry.
Yep.
And we can notice if people are making multiple accounts.
Yep.
So just we'll be watching you.
We feel that most people who are inclined to spam us might get, I don't know how you want to say it, scared away by the having to register properly. And well,
we're trying to even the playing field.
We want it to be a community that can interact with each other. And if one person is just saying the same thing over and over again, or 2 or 3 people, however it was, what those people who have been with us for a long time and follow us and interact and enjoy what we do, what they say gets lost.
Yeah.
And when it comes to like choosing comments for the episode that Ryan reads every time, there's a lot of searching has to be on our part, weeding through these spam comments to try and get the good comments that people are writing to us when they're asking for help or looking for advice and that kind of thing. So we're not asking you to do too much. Just create an account on HobbyLink TV, and while you're there, you know, why not take part in what we have for you and when it comes to groups and things like that.
Yeah,
like, we built this community for you guys.
Groups. Yeah,
so
take advantage of it.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
look, just a reminder to everyone who wants to enter the competition.
Yeah.
Go to episode 174.
Yep.
Leave a comment on HobbyLink TV on
That's
that
all you gotta
episode.
do.
And yeah, just don't feel like you have to make 20 million comments. Just,
No.
you know.
Everybody's entered equally.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so let's
the
talk about what we're going to give
prizes?
away. I'm going to give away some small stuff after giving away that big stuff, and then we'll go back to giving away big stuff probably after our vacation. So I got 2 kits here, 2 recent HGs, and I feel we can talk about victory. We're giving away the victory. I got one V Gundam, the Victory Gundam, which came out, when was it, last year? We saw it at the model show. Maybe
Oh
just
yeah,
before
this was
that.
cool.
Yeah, I really like the
this
Victory
blue,
Gundam.
yeah.
I really like the design of it. So getting an HG version of it made me happy. Because it's not meant to transform the way the Master Grade is. The Master Grade version Ka Victory Gundam looks great, but it is fragile. So having an HG version, a new HG version of the Victory is awesome. And the same can be said about the V2. There actually is no Master Grade V2 Gundam. So you can have he's in parts there so he fits in the box, but you can have the V2 HG. So there's 2 kits to give away. Just like Ryan said, leave a comment in episode 174. Anything else we need to relate to people?
Just to remind everyone, we're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter,
And also
Tumblr.
YouTube and Facebook.
You know, leave comments, questions. We'll do our best to, you know, get back to you. I just had said we have phenomenal groups on HobbyLink TV, especially the groups that can help you with what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if you're having problems, drop a couple of
Lots
questions
of
in there.
knowledgeable people up there.
Yeah, smarter people than me. Might not be too hard.
I didn't say anything. Yeah.
And just once again, we're brought to you by HobbyLink Japan,
Yeah.
HLJ.com. You know, support us, buy your kits from us, and yeah,
Okay.
that's all I need to say.
Good. Next week, RG 00 Riser. It's set to arrive. We don't know exactly when it's going to be here because Bandai has actually announced that the release date is the exact same day as a public holiday. So chances are we're getting it before then, but we don't know how much before. But what we're going to do is we're going to unbox it. We're going to go into it. We're going to probably build a fair amount of it, and we will have a video up. Now I don't know. It depends when it comes. Like a live stream might not be possible, but we'll have as close as we can get to that. If I just put the camera down and start building, you know, we will have a video for you guys. You will be able to see it, and it will be like right away. Like we're gonna get it up as soon as we can. So you can watch that. You can look forward to that, and then the week after that, we have a little bit of a vacation.
And I'd recommend you place your orders for the RG because once it comes, you might not be able to get it for a while.
Yeah.
So
Bandai's getting a little bit slower on their
so
restocks.
Get your pre-orders in. That's all I can say.
Yeah. So.
But
We will
anyway,
have it. We will show it.
We will show it absolutely.
Okay, so that's all I need to say. And Ryan, I know you're going to go as soon as we turn off this camera and start digging through that X-Wing fighter box again. That's fine with me because I want to see it again. So while we're doing that, we'll see you later.
See you guys.